Welcome to the Author's Corner Review, brought to you by KNEO Radio 91.7 FM. I'm Roberta Foster. I've got some interesting fiction books to tell you about today, all of them from the Bethany House Publishing Company, a division of Baker Publishing Group. And the first book is called A Song in the Dark, a novel of World War II written by Kimberly Woodhouse. Her music captivates crowds. His mission exposes secrets. Their courage defies a dictator. Against the simmering backdrop of impending war, blind virtuoso pianist Chesley Frappier embarks on a concert through a rapidly changing Europe. When she learns that Hitler's regime of injustice is targeting other disabled people, Chesley realizes she is in a prime position to help those who are threatened reach safety. But the Fuhrer's growing fascination with the celebrated musician endangers her undercover mission and forces her to walk a tightrope between her fame and her calling. When Rick Zimmerman receives his next assignment from the British Secret Intelligence Service, he's surprised to learn he will be acting as a personal driver of a world-renowned pianist as she tours Europe. The role gives him the perfect cover to complete missions of sabotage and intelligence gathering, but he soon suspects the brilliant, alluring pianist has secrets of her own. As Chesley and Rick confront evil at every turn, it will take every bit of faith and courage they possess to triumph over hate and survive. Kimberly Woodhouse is an award-winning best-selling author of more than 40 fiction and nonfiction books. Kim and her incredible husband of 30-plus years live in Colorado, where they play golf together, spend time with their kids and grandkids, and research all the history around them. You can connect with Kimberly on her website, KimberlyWoodhouse.com. And that's the book, A Song in the Dark, by Kimberly Woodhouse. Next is the book called Hearts in Circulation, written by Sarah Monson. Can a run-down bookmobile be the vehicle that brings two unlikely hearts together? Little Creek's bookmobile is more of a death trap on wheels than a vehicle of literary delights, and Circulation Library Haley Holt is afraid it's going to careen down a mountainside with her in it. Yet she sees it as a way to serve her community and be worthy of the liver transplant that saved her life as a child. However, her fears come true when the bookmobile breaks down and a rock slide traps her in the small hollow of Turkey Grove. Reclusive mechanic Levi Redding lives in tiny Turkey Grove to get away from people. He can handle getting the bookmobile running again, but the endless chatter and unsettling touches from the vibrant librarian leave him overstimulated. When forced proximity leads to a misunderstanding, a note of apology begins an epistolary friendship, proving that sometimes the happiest of endings aren't contained within the bindings of a book. A Carol Award finalist and Selah Award winner, Sarah Monson, is a stay-at-home mom who makes up imaginary friends to have adult conversations with, otherwise known as writing novels. As a Navy chaplain's wife, she resides wherever the military happens to station her family and enjoys exploring the beauty of the world around her. You can follow her at sarahmonzonwrites.com. The last name is spelled Monzon and then Writes, Writes. Sarah with an H, monzonwrites.com. And that's Hearts in Circulation by Sarah Monson, also published by Bethany House. And now we have Book 6 with Through Each Tomorrow in a series written by Gabrielle Meyer. In 1883, Charles is a poor farmer desperate to secure financial stability for his mother and sister, as he is unsure which of his time-crossing paths he will choose on his 25th birthday. Posing as the Earl of Norfolk, he enters the opulent circles of Newport's elite to assist a fellow time-crossing friend, Drew. But suspicions of his identity arise among the upper crust, and his encounters with Drew's intriguing sister further complicate decisions that could impact a lifetime. In 1563, Lady Cicely serves Queen Elizabeth while clinging to the hope that her stepbrother Charles will remain with her in this path. As the true Earl of Norfolk, Charles is deeply entangled in the deadly politics of the court. When he brings Drew, a physician in training, to Windsor Castle to help save the ailing monarch, old feelings for Drew rekindle in Cicely's heart. But her love faces impossible odds under the strict rules of the crown. As their futures hang by a thread, Charles and Cicely race to prevent their web of secrets from unraveling and ensnaring them in an inescapable destiny. Gabrielle Meyer is a Christie Award-winning ECPA best-selling author. She has worked for state and local historical societies and loves writing fiction inspired by real people, places, and events. She currently resides along the banks of the Mississippi River in central Minnesota with her husband and 4 children. By day, she's a busy homeschool mom, and by night, she pens fiction and nonfiction filled with hope. And you can find her on her website, GabrielleMeyer.com, GabrielleMeyer.com. And that's Through Each Tomorrow by Gabrielle Meyer. And to close out our review, we have the book Still Waters, The Amish of Shepherd's Hill, Book 2, and it's written by Patricia Johns. Unsure of her future within the Amish community, Beth Peachy arrives in Lancaster County for the summer to care for her ailing grandmother. Yet with dementia threatening to steal away Mammy's memories, Beth's visit quickly evolves into an urgent search for answers to questions that her relatives seem determined to avoid. How can Beth possibly make a lifelong vow to the Amish church when her own family is concealing so much of the past from her? Beth's childhood friend, Danny Lapp, faces his own dilemma as his ex-Amish older brother turns his back on their family upbringing, dishonoring his plain heritage. Struggling to find some sort of connection with his brother despite their deep difference of opinion, Danny is determined to find a solution before church leadership becomes involved. As Beth and Danny reconnect and seek to help each other in their search for answers, they find themselves stirring up not only surprising revelations about the past, but questions about a possible future together. Patricia Johns is a Publishers Weekly best-selling author of more than 50 books. She writes Amish fiction with tight communities, outspoken heroines, and the handsome men who fall in love with them. She lives in Alberta, Canada with her husband and son, and you can learn more at patriciajohns.com. And so, recapping the books I've shared with you today, we have Still Waters, The Amish of Shepherd's Hill, Book 2 series. Patricia Johns is the writer. Prior to that was Through Each Tomorrow, Book 6 in the series by Gabrielle Meyer. Hearts in Circulation by Sarah Monson from the Checking Out Love series. And the first book, A Song in the Dark, a novel of World War II by Kimberly Woodhouse. All 4 of these books printed by Bethany House, a division of Baker Publishing Group. So if you'd like to know more about any of these books, they were published out in November, so you can find out information about them on the publisher's website. Thank you so much for joining me on Author's Corner Review. This has been Roberta Foster. Join me again next time on KNEO 91.7 FM, The Word.